first met Ben when we were first-year students at the Jewish Theological Seminary. And we were there together for 2 years. And I have this vivid memory of Ben as we were in the sanctuary of the Jewish Theological Seminary, which, as a new rabbinical student, is a very fearful place. There's all these upperclassmen, there's all these faculty, and getting up to lead was this sort of terrifying experience. And most of us first years probably didn't our entire first year. It's probably the second or third week, and Ben is leading for like the 5th time. And I was like, who's that? Who's this guy that's, you know, seems to have all this ruach, all this wonderful spirit? And they're like, we don't know. He's a new student as well. And what I found was that immediately I was drawn to Ben. Because in this new experience, in this new place, Ben was fearless. He was fearless about being himself. This self that is overflowing, as I'm sure you all know, with chesed, with loving kindness. He just couldn't resist the outpouring of his soul. And by doing that, by being himself, he drew us all in. He made it a place that was, at first scary, a sacred place. I've had the good fortune of becoming a close friend with Ben. Over the course of our time at JTS, we were chavruta one year that, in particular, was actually, we were chavruta when Lev was born, so their first child. And in the spirit of making a place at home, I would show up after Lev was born at their house to study Torah together, because that was the only way it made sense. I'd walk in, Ben would immediately hand me Lev, because he had been up all night, say, here, take the kid, and we'd sit together and we'd learn Torah. And it was this amazing moment of welcoming me into the great gift that they had received. And it exemplified, again, Ben's amazing ability to draw all of us into a sense of sacredness, a sense of safety, a sense of home, just by being who you are. So it strikes me that quality of being able to do that is precisely actually the spirit of this time. Mariv, according to rabbinic tradition, was instituted when Yaakov, in last week's Parsha, left his home. He went off into this new adventure by necessity. And he alights upon this place, and he falls into a deep sleep. And the rabbis imagine that God actually wanted Jacob to stop. They wanted Jacob to have this encounter. So what was at first a very sort of scary experience of leaving, of having to leave, becomes one of intimacy. The going out into the newness becomes one of hope and possibility. And then Yaakov, of course, has this amazing dream. He wakes up, he says, Ma norah hamakom hazeh, how wonderful is this place? But then he does something we often don't focus on. He names it. He names it Beit El. He names it House of God. What Yaakov experiences in this new place, in the uncertainty, he experiences a sense of home. He experiences a sense of safety and security, even as he's embarking on this new journey. So I want to bring us into Mariv with a kavanah and a bracha, an intention and a blessing, that the spirit that Ben has, that Rabbi Shalva has, of being able to make some place home, being able to make a place safe and secure and loving, that is the marriage that the two of you have. That in this new adventure that you were both on together, congregation, Temple Reyim, and Ben and Rabbi Shalva, that in this new adventure together, you create a house of God, guided by this spirit, that in the newness and the uncertainty, there can be safety, there can be security, there can be intimacy, and there can be a sense of God's presence. So I offer this bracha that it be a long and fruitful and wonderful experience together.